How we doing, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of FSI's NFL Showdown Preview Show. I'm your host, TK Nation 47, bringing you guys the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Dallas Cowboys for this year's first NFL Showdown for Sunday Night Football. All right. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of run through the slate for you, give you guys some of my favorite picks. We do have 3 hours to lock, so hopefully this gets to you soon. For a quick little rundown, be able to kind of get your lineup started. You also can find our core plays on our website at fsidfs.com or off our Twitter handle at FSI_DFS. So let's just hop right into it. All right, at the captain spot, as you know, we get 1.5 on the DraftKings captain spot pick. So you kind of need to nail the highest scoring player or one of the highest scoring players on the slate. Preferably, I guess want to start out real quick. Today, we did find out that there was an injury scare for Dak Prescott, who fully practiced on Friday, but the team did perform an x-ray on that right ankle. It did come back clean. He's probably going to have some scar tissue. They said as long as the pain management is fine, he's fine. So I assume all systems go for Dak Prescott, but just want to make that mental note out there for you guys that are just now tuning into today's slate of games and news for NFL Week 1. But let's get into the picks. As I was talking about the captain spot, 1.5 multiplier for the captain pick. I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb, now with Amari Cooper out of Dallas, is going to be the focal point of the Dallas Cowboys offense. I do think that Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard will be a big fixture in a Mike McCarthy offense. I think he's going to really rely on both running backs, but I think now CeeDee Lamb is going to garner a ton of targets in this Dallas Cowboy offense without Amari Cooper. As we know, no Michael Gallup. Not many options for Dallas. I do like Dalton Schultz as a sleeper for the captain spot because of the same theory in Dallas, and maybe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are really going to key on CeeDee Lamb in this matchup. So I could see Dalton Schultz being open, but preferably I think it's a 15 target game for CeeDee Lamb. Now, if you wanted to go to the other side with Tampa Bay, there's a lot of different routes you can go. Leonard Fournette could get a lot of carries. He's not really a number 2 anymore in Tampa without Ronald Jones. Giovanni Bernard is around, but I really think it's just Leonard Fournette. And then, we have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Godwin is going to play. Gage is going to play. And now Julio Jones suits up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well. So I think it's a little risky to go with Evans as your captain spot. I think it would be Tom Brady. Just kind of get the guy throwing the ball around, right? So Fournette and Brady for my Bucs captain pick, but I really like CeeDee Lamb. I'm going to fill him in, and he's going to be my guy here as we run through this. Next up, as I was talking about the breakdown with the Dallas Cowboys, if you're playing CeeDee Lamb, that means Dak Prescott's probably going to have a decent game too. You could probably play Dak in the captain spot if you like, and then not play CeeDee Lamb. I think that route is viable, but preferably I think it's the targets that I like and the catch upside that CeeDee Lamb's going to have. So I think if you wanted to fade Prescott and just the thought that CeeDee Lamb gets the Cooper Kupp of this matchup, where Cooper Kupp in that Rams Bills first game dominated the offensive, target share and market share for the Rams, and then 4 other Bills that were scoring touchdowns were part of the optimal lineup. I think that could be the case with CeeDee Lamb, but if Dallas and Tampa are going to have a close matchup today, Dak Prescott's got to have a good game with CeeDee Lamb, right? I think Tom Brady is a must play in this matchup. Dallas really relied on a lot of turnovers last year. Defense gave up a lot of yards. This is a defense, I think they ranked near the back end in average yards given up, but they were plus in the turnover margin. So I really think Tom Brady is the Tampa Bay share that you really want to have. Now, with DraftKings rules, I can't give out full lineups. That's against the policy. So I'm going to have to stop from here, but I think these 3 are your obvious plays in tonight's slate. If I was going to fade one, I'm gonna go ahead and take off Dak Prescott. Hope CeeDee Lamb has a big game, and if I'm gonna give anyone with Tom Brady, I think it's gonna be the touchdown upside of Mike Evans. But I also could see a route where Cameron Brate kind of plucks away some of those red zone targets. Now, no OJ Howard, just recently released, no Gronkowski. So there's a lot of open tight end snaps for this offense in Tampa Bay. So I think Cameron Brate can be the guy to kind of take over that role. I've seen a lot of Noah Brown first touchdown bets out there. As we know, Dallas is really struggling with wide receivers at the moment. I think Tolbert does get some run. I do think, Noah Brown's, I would say history, been there for a while in this offense. I think he gets a lot of run. I think he's a solid punt option here at 3K. Brate, another one I really like for value. I'm not really sold on Gio. I could see Kyle Rudolph being a big part of this offense as well. You do get that discount from Brate. So maybe that is a route you want to take. They could be splitting offensive red zone snaps. I just know Brate has spent a lot more time in the offense. But if you wanted to gamble here with either Brown or Rudolph, I think it's really viable. All right. If you want to talk kickers and defenses, the Bucs D, they do get to the quarterback pretty well. It's kind of a little bit of an unknown here as far as if they're going to be able to stop Dallas, at home or on the road. Dallas, I know they get a lot of turnovers. Tom Brady, if you want to make any noise about him missing time in the preseason. So I'm not really in on the defenses. I think if you're going to play a kicker, I think it's viable because, we are in the Dome tonight in Dallas and Jerry's world. So I think if Suckup's going to hit 4 or 5 field goals, I think you could play him, but I'm not really leaning on the kickers and the defense in this matchup. I really want the wide receivers that have upside. And I think with the two plays in Brown and Rudolph, I think you get some decent options there on the punt. If we want to scroll down here and get to some crazy land punt plays, maybe Simi Fehoko. I can't ever pronounce that name. He played with Dallas last year. He might get some run at wide receiver. I think he might, get some targets in this offense. As we know, no Michael Gallup. Turpin is the kick returner. He had 2 kick returns against the Chargers in the preseason. I'm not really thinking he's a part of this offense. So I think Tony Pollard better play than Zeke in this matchup. I don't see Zeke run. Zeke, you want to really get Zeke in a plus. Like if Dallas was favored in a big game again, in a game against, the Jets or something, I think that's where you look at Zeke. He's going to get 15 carries no matter what, a couple of targets out of the backfield. But I could see Dallas falling behind, and I could see more Pollard in the pass game. Although Zeke does do a lot of pass protecting for this offense, I just see more upside with Pollard in this matchup. Plus, you get the discount. So that'll probably wrap things up, guys. If you have any questions, you can comment below with any questions below, comments below. Like this video, please, and stay tuned for Monday Night Football with our good guy Gator Guy 231. That'll wrap things up, and everyone have a good day.